ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name's Dean and this is Locksmith Services. Now in this video, slightly different to my previous video done a while back, which I think is my most viewed video on the channel actually. This customer's got scammed again. So I had a phone call yesterday from a managing agent that I work for saying that one of the tenants has got an issue with their front door lock, but didn't really give me any information. So I phoned her up and just said, can you let me know what's wrong, just so I know what to expect? Do I need to bring any parts with me? And she replied, I was locked out late on a Friday night and I called a 24-hour emergency locksmith and all they'd done was drilled my lockout and I've got a hole in my door and I've not got a lock in it. So firstly, that's really useful. So whoever did that, you're an idiot. So I think best bet is let me get my tools out, we'll go see her, we'll give her a quick chat, see if we can find out what's actually happened, if she's, how much she's paid invoice wise, if there's anything I can do to forward this on to try and help her get her money back, like contacting the credit card company or anything like that. So let me get some tools out and yeah, we'll head over shortly. So I've just spoken to the tenant. I'm just going to walk back to the van and get some tools out and or replacement parts actually. So she called a 24-hour emergency locksmith out who came out because she couldn't get in. She had her key. To me it sounds like maybe the snib was on. It's a bit tricky to say really, but what I ended up doing was Mickey Mousing it for the cylinder, so then it just fell out and it looks like he hammered the back of the lock off to open the door. He's not obviously changed the lock, so I think I need to just ask a few more questions to work out how much he cost and why she didn't have him do it, etc. Because the main thing that baffs me is that as she's renting, if she phoned the agent, first of all they would just send me out and I would be paying, or they would pay me and I'd get the job done there and then with all parts that are required. So it is a little bit bizarre, but I guess the problem is in the moment when you're panicking about those sorts of things, you just go straight to Google and call, not even thinking about anything else. But yeah, so we're gonna get some parts out, we'll go back to the door, get it fitted, and we'll try and work out what he's done, if he's really a true scammer or what. But I do question that he must be some sort of dodgy locksmith for the fact he didn't even replace the parts, because, you know, I'm going to put the Yale 89 on it. So anyway, I'll catch you once I've got the parts out. Right, so I've got some Nightlatches and Visi pack in my boxes here. Me and my dad got when Home Base were doing their closing down sale. Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. Yale 89. So all these are from Home Base, by the way. I think the order, so I've got plenty more. And there's loads in the office as well. I think we spent £700. I think we had at least 30 Nightlatches, some 5-lever Yale BS sash locks came with it. Tend to use Union, which are technically the same anyway. Didn't get any Euros or rim cylinders. Got some window bolts, they came as well. So anything that they had that was on discount was a good price. I just matched it to our suppliers at Duffels and just saw, you know, with the VAT, without the VAT, what makes sense. So yeah, and then what I'm going to do, because this is drop an agent, I'm just going to cut an extra key for the cylinder. Get the key out the back there, cut an extra key for that. I've got some Yale blanks up here. Need to find out which one it is, but yeah, we'll get some of them cut and then go fit it on the door. Just going to got my chisels out because I've got to do some work on the frame on this one. I think the lock that's in there is probably like a small cheap ASIC or something, so the latch is a lot bigger, so I've got to fit a new keep on completely. Okay, so the job is all done now. I'm just going to walk back to the van. My van's quite tall, so I can't fit under these barriers, so I have to park on the road and walk away. So I asked a bit more information. It was 9 o'clock at night. It was a Thursday actually, not a Friday. It was Friday when she reported it to the agent. However, the agent only ever told me on the Tuesday, sorry, because it's bank holiday weekend this weekend, and the call out was £130 to gain entry. So, and it was 9 o'clock at night, so I don't think that's unreasonable. So maybe we're not dealing with a scammer, but the point I would make here is that they wanted £200 for the parts, for just to fit a new Nightlatch and rim cylinder on top of that. I think that's a bit expensive, because what part is £200? And you know, that took me less than an hour to do. So I think that's a bit pricey there. So let me know in the comments below, is £200 for parts on top of the gaining entry expensive? Do you think that's justified? Let me know. I think that's a bit pricey, and I think they wanted to add a bit more labour to it. Depends who you are, really. We don't charge extra. So yeah, let me know what you think. Is £130 first of all reasonable for a 9 o'clock lockout on a Thursday? In my opinion, I think that's a very respectful price, especially for me comparing it to my daytime rate. I think that's quite a good price. But the second part of £200 for a new Nightlatch and rim cylinder, do you think that's acceptable? Do you think he added a bit more labour to add that to the lock? So overall would be £330 for a 9 o'clock lockout with a new Nightlatch and rim cylinder. Is that reasonable? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Personally, I don't charge extra. If I'm already at the job, I would, and it's a gain entry and there's a problem with the lock, I wouldn't charge any extra. I think the difference is if you gain entry, there's no problem, but they want work done anyway. You could argue that you've paid me to gain entry and try and secure the door. It depends how you word it, really, you know, in terms to your terms and conditions and things like that. But I personally think £330 is quite a lot. I would have expected it to be maybe 200 with parts, but that's only me. Well, that's it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for watching. Personally, I don't think this person's a scammer at all. Their labour price, I think, is quite accurate for what they were doing. However, were they trying to maybe take advantage of charging for parts? An extra £200 in parts to me does sound quite expensive for probably just putting a Yale 89 on the door. So at that part, I would say, yeah, prices maybe is a bit too out there. Funny enough, I'm just currently editing this video, and when I was just sorting out the email to send the invoice to, the tenant actually took photos of the locksmith. So I've seen what he looks like. I guess that doesn't mean anything because I have no clue who he is. Doesn't bother me, you know. Friday night at 9 o'clock, he's more than welcome to have those sorts of jobs. But yeah, £200 for a part to me, I just think is too expensive. I don't know, he must have tried to put an extra £100 labour on it and then do it. But yeah, to me, that's just too much money, £200 in parts. Let me know what your feelings are below about it. Labour for me, absolutely fine. Parts, I think that's the issue. Let me know what you would charge, or don't. Just tell me if it's fair. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next Wednesday for another video. Take it easy.